Hello everybody, welcome back to Ordinary Adventures.
Today we're in Los Angeles at the recently opened Academy Museum. This is the new museum from the Academy of Motion Pictures, the people that bring you the Oscars. Finally, Hollywood has a museum about movies that's on the caliber of the greatest museums in the United States. It's filled with props, costumes, original art, tons and tons of stuff.
Everything that you could ever want. We're so excited.
Come with us on this adventure. We just got in, and just so you know, there's no parking on the premises. You gotta park over at Peterson Automotive or LACMA. But we are in, and level 1 is the Stories of Cinema, a collection curated by Steven Spielberg. I've never heard of him before.
Yeah, who's that? Steven who?
So the Stories of Cinema exhibit is a 3-floor exhibition that presents diverse, international, and complex stories. And it's going to change over time, so anytime you come here, it could be completely different. So we start off with what most people consider the best film of all time, Citizen Kane. And they have an original poster signed by Orson Welles himself. They got some script pages with annotations by Orson, and they even got the sled. They got Rosebud.
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the movie. That's me. Gotta watch it. I heard it's one of the greats.
I mean,
I feel like I'm really exposing myself.
Some would say it's the best of all time, and he made it when he was 25 years old. He made what most people consider is the greatest work of cinema. I mean, how bad does that make you feel about what you've done? So one of the cool things about this museum, since it's made by the Academy of Motion Pictures, is it's not just about the films, but it's about the filmmakers. So this little exhibit over here is about Emmanuel Lubezki, who you might know as the cinematographer of Gravity, Birdman, The Revenant.
Okay, I've seen this one. Can't think of what it's called right now, but I've seen it.
Children of Men?
Children of Men. That is a good one.
So Kitra edits all the videos on this channel by herself on an iMac. This is the editing machine that Martin Scorsese's editor, Thelma Shoemaker, has used for many years up until Casino.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. I don't know why it didn't even occur to me that you had to actually take film and edit that together. And it's crazy because she's been his editor since then up until now. So she's transitioned from film to digital, which is just she's a legend. Mad props to her because it is not easy editing, let me tell you.
Well, it used to be a lot harder. If you look at this thing, they met at a 6-week course at New York University in the 1970s. Crazy. So this is the Academy Museum, and of course, they're the same people that do the Academy Awards. And they have this circular room over here that has a bunch of awards throughout the history. One of my favorites is probably the award for visual effects for the original Star Wars. Second contender is the award for editing for E.T. And it's actually interesting to see how the awards have kind of changed, the bases have kind of changed over the years. Right here's the Academy Award for Sunrise in 1927. Look at how different this base and actually the statue is. It actually looks like it's made out of a different material. So the next room is surrounded by projections of the winners' speeches from a lot of the Academy Awards over the years. But I think most interestingly in this room, there is the most infamous envelope in Academy Award history. This is the envelope that had the winner for Moonlight and Warren Beatty. It read that it was La La Land. And there's even a letter from Beatty to the director, Barry Jenkins, congratulating him, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, the fact that they saved that just to put it in this museum, brilliant.
Yeah. So in 1929, this was the menu that you got at the Academy Awards. What was the menu?
Looks like they served you celery, olives, nuts, cakes, half a boiled chicken on toast, new string beans, bunch of delicious looking treats.
Here's some Oscar programs over the years, including 2000. What is this, an award show for ants?
Good one. He called me over here just to tell that joke. Another good one. Honey, you got some good jokes sometimes.
Sometimes.
Get it? That's a movie quote.
Yes. So the next room is filled with some stuff from Spike Lee's personal collection, which includes some props from his films, includes his Student Academy Award, his Honorary Academy Award. It's filled with posters. I mean, there's posters signed by Steven Spielberg. There's posters signed by Michael Jordan. There's a Shepard Fairey of Obama signed by Obama. Insane.
It's kind of interesting how a lot of them have custom frames too. So like this one, for example, is a Star Wars poster, but this frame is custom with Star Wars painted all around it. The man's got taste, what can I say? Of course, they have a whole room dedicated to one of the greatest films of all time, The Wizard of Oz. And they actually have a pair of the ruby red slippers that Dorothy wears. It says here that this pair is actually, they think, the ones that were used during all the close-up shots of the slippers, and the exact amount of slippers that they created is unknown, and there's 4 pairs left, and this is one of them. How freaking cool is that?
This whole exhibit is filled with so much cinema history. They even have the concept paintings of the Wicked Witch and our 3 heroes, and they don't look that much like what we saw on the screen. And they even have the headpiece that was worn by the Cowardly Lion.
I just found out that The Wizard of Oz was actually edited by a woman as well. Pretty neat.
Called Automated Dialogue Replacement, or ADR.
Give him the whip. Throw me the idol. No time to argue. Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip. Give me the whip. Adios, señor.
This cleaned up dialogue track becomes the foundation upon which sound editors will build additional layers of audio effects.
We just walked into a room full of costumes, and they have the May Queen's outfit from Midsommar. Epic. So good.
Silly me, I actually thought they used real flowers, but it makes sense that they had to probably use this over the course of days or weeks. They also have Lupita's costume from the movie Us. So good, and I like how for all of these they have a little display down here which will actually show you some concept art. It'll show you the scene from the movie. It'll show you information. It's interesting how much of this is like recent Academy Award winning movies and hits, which makes me think that they're probably going to be changing this out like all the time, which is very cool.
I think the most iconic costume out of all the costumes in here is obviously the dude from The Big Lebowski.
I like that they even dress up the mannequin heads.
Yeah, so good.
But this is one iconic bathrobe.
And sandal combination, let's be real.
They have a whole section on makeup, and they even have practical limbs, like the limb that Charlize Theron wore in Mad Max Fury Road. So awesome. So awesome. Kendra, this is going to be the closest that you're ever going to get to Leonardo DiCaprio's chest.
Yeah, I was just reading that one. I still haven't seen the Revenant, but apparently he gets attacked by a bear in that movie.
We're learning in this video that Kendra has not seen a lot of movies. So Steven Spielberg and Spike Lee are not the only people donating to the Academy Museum. If you're willing to donate $1 million, you get your name on one of these pillars. This one, Jason Blum, as you know, from Blumhouse.
What's funny is it's kind of hard to see because it's like concrete and gray. Like I can't even, but you just gotta believe me, it says someone's name there and that was $1 million.
The tickets to the Academy Museum are $25 a person. There is an additional fee for the Oscar experience, and this is a simulation of what it would be like to actually win an Oscar, and I think it's like $15 a person for that. Are you ready to accept your Oscar?
Oh, I am ready. I feel like this is the closest I'll ever get to get, so this is our moment to shine.
Yeah. I wonder how nerve-wracking it's going to be.
I know, I'm already nervous. No, I'm not going to lie, I am a little nervous.
Your nomination.
Thank you.
All right, so are you both getting an Oscar today or just one?
Both of us.
Both, okay, got it. Again, the first one. Oh, It worked.
Cool.
So you got the magic touch. All right, so go ahead and put your name in as you want it to appear on the screen. Once you go out there, just stand in the white spotlight right behind the Oscar. As soon as you see your name pop up, that's go time. We're recording. You can do whatever you like. Don't beat it up though. I've had a few people do that. And we won't have any audio. You can make sound, but we can't hear a thing. So you can do it, but we can't hear it.
Wait, what do you mean?
So if you go, woo, I won, I like to thank so-and-so, we can't hear any of that. And it is 8.5 pounds, so just be careful if you pick up the Oscar. This is a real Oscar, so it might be a little heavy. Just be a little careful with it. And then you do have to keep your mask on at all times. Congratulations!
Thank you. I would like to first thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Kitra, my father, Ordinary Adventures out there, Gizmo and Pexel. They deserve all the credit here. Thank you.
Hi, congratulations!
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much! Wow! Oh my gosh! Oh wait, turn on. Oh my gosh! Thank you! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Where was it? Guys, this is for you! Thank you! Oh my god! I like started to, yeah, thank you.
Alright, so you're gonna exit on the other side over there. Have fun!
Thank you.
I'm not sure if that was worth $15. No. We'll have to go see the video, but it was ridiculous. It was fun to actually pick up an Oscar. Kitra already did that previously.
Yeah, we did that when we went to the Warner Brothers studios, so I was aware of how heavy it is. Like, you don't realize how heavy it is. So be careful that you don't drop it, because that's all I was thinking about that entire time. I don't know, it was fun to do once.
Yeah.
So, I forgot to thank Pixel and Gizmo, though.
I thanked them, but I don't think you could hear it over like the roar of the crowd. It does kind of suck that like they don't let you take your mask off. So if you're doing it during this time,
yeah,
you're stuck with the mask. But whatever.
Hopefully you could see the emotion in my face.
Yeah. Okay, let's go get some food. There's a cafe downstairs. I'm interested to see what the food is like at the Academy Museum, and then we'll do more of the museum.
Yeah, we got a lot left, people.
So the cafe here at the museum has a bunch of different like little sandwiches. I think I might get one of the burritos.
Yeah, they also have coffee and cocktails and wine and just like pastries and stuff. I really don't know what I'm gonna get. $5 for water though. Wow.
So the restaurant here has not really opened, but they have the cafe area open. It's called Fanny's, and it's named after the actress that Barbara Streisand played in Funny Girl, 1968 film. So it's because her granddaughter made a probably very sizable donation. Just like those columns up there, it probably was more expensive to name the restaurant.
That looks so cool. I was trying to pour it like so professional. I just got myself an iced coffee. But look at this presentation here. We got a metal straw, we got a fancy kind of cup. Let's see if it actually tastes good.
Wasn't on the menu.
It wasn't. I think it's just normal coffee put over ice, which I am fine with. It's good. It tastes like iced coffee. It's not bad. It's not like that that apple cold brew that I had the other day at Disneyland. Much better. And for my meal, I got myself the short rib burrito. This is a floured tortilla with garlic rice, black beans, cilantro, pickled red cabbage, jalapeno puree, and ropa vieja. Not sure what that means, but it all looks real fancy. I love the presentation.
Yeah, but you were saying...
Yeah, this is like the tiniest little burrito I've ever seen, and this was $17.
Well, that's what happens when you get a Michelin quality chef.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a fancy restaurant. I mean, I was definitely, usually when you go to museums, it's like a cafeteria or something. Like, they actually sell like cocktails and stuff here. So if I was really feeling fancy, I could have got one of those. I think I'm gonna dip it in the, whatever I said this was. Right? Although it is tiny, it is flavorful. This is really, really good. It's not spicy. The meat, there's actually a lot of meat in there, and the flavor is really nice. I just love short rib. Definitely a pricey burrito though, but I'm still probably gonna give it like a 4 out of 5 Kitchas. I think I made a good choice here. My fancy burrito. Cool.
I almost got the breakfast burrito, but I decided to get something else out of recommendation of our server. I ended up getting the club sandwich, and this is country loaf, crispy bacon, chicken, house-made mayonnaise, baby gen lettuce, tomato, eggs, and avocado. And it looks like an Instagrammable thing, right? A lot of them were big. I got like, for some reason she gave me like the small one.
I know, both of our things are so tiny. Yeah. What is this, a restaurant for ants?
Okay, look at that now. Let's actually look inside. Oh, look at that. That's fancy pants right there.
I know.
That is good.
I feel like we're like the food critics in Ratatouille. Like we're like,
It tastes really like farm to table in a good way. Usually at museums you get crap. I used to work at like the New England Aquarium. You'd be lucky if you got something that was edible there. So I'm very happy for this more upscale sandwich.
What would you give it?
Give it like 4 out of 5 pizzas.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
But if you want to save on the money, maybe grab some food before you get here or after. There's some food trucks that usually park on like down near LACMA, so maybe that. But this is a good choice, and I actually like. It feels nice in here. It's very airy. It's like 2 stories. It feels almost like you're like backstage on a film set.
Oh
like
yeah, kind of. Huh?
You're like on a sound stage, and you're seeing like the wood, like the outside of like the sets and stuff like that. Yeah, I like it.
Nothing but the best here at Fanny's.
Yes.
I just noticed this. They have this red carpet stairway leading up to the second level, and it's like roped off and everything. Do you think all the people who donated $1 million for the pillars get to take this special stairway?
Maybe.
Well, look at those benefits.
I'm sure they get better benefits than that.
What is this? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're not allowed. We got to take the escalator, okay?
They have a whole exhibit here called Backdrop. Back in the day, they actually had to like paint in backgrounds. This one's of Mount Rushmore. It's from the movie North by Northwest. And look at how huge it is.
I know. I can't even get the whole thing in frame. There's Peter. Wow, this is insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was painted by hand by like MGM art department. I mean,
yeah.
It's insane to see that.
Like the
in person.
fact that this is, they kept it too, and it's in such like good condition.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like I'm actually there. We're in this exhibit called Path to Cinema, and they have this shadow puppet area. I'm gonna go back there and pretend to be Pixel and Gizmo. See how good that I do.
I don't know which one's Pixel and I don't know which one's Gizmo.
The bottom one's Pixel.
The bottom one's Gizmo? I don't know about this. It's interesting that they have these exhibits that are like the work of one director, and instead of like paintings on a wall, there's just a bunch of movie screens showing scenes from their filmography. Oh, you can't show that. Akira is one of the most influential animes of all time, and here they have a bunch of the different like character animation cells, the layers that they put in there, background layers, and here's the original watercolor background.
It's beautiful.
It all comes together to create a masterpiece. This might be the most incredible thing I've seen so far. This is an animation desk that was owned by Frank Thomas, one of the 9 old men that worked for Walt Disney. Probably some of the biggest Disney classics were animated on this desk right here. Walt Disney actually had Frank Thomas collaborate with Kem Weber, an architect, to design the perfect animation desk. This is what it is. This is what the animators used at Disney for many years. And it's actually in Pete Docter's collection, the guy that directed Up, Monsters, Inc., Soul, and it's on loan from him.
So cool.
It's cool.
Right next to Frank Thomas's animation desk, there's actually some original sketches of the dwarfs from Snow White, which he created. Amazing.
In the early 80s, Frank Thomas co-authored a book called Disney Animation: The Illusion of Life, which became a seminal work for a lot of people that wanted to become animators. One of those people, high school student Pete Docter, was a big fan of it. Wrote a letter to Frank Thomas, and this is the letter he received back from the animator. Very cool. Speaking of that high school boy, Pete Docter, here's the concept for Carl, which eventually became Up. Look at the early version of Carl.
He's such a grumpy old dude.
Yeah. Still has the same mannerisms, even though he looks very different.
Sometimes Carl wakes up and can't get back to sleep.
Speaking of early versions of characters, here's some concept art. Most of them are from Bud Lucky. And this is of Woody. A very different looking Woody.
There's a snake in my boot.
Look at Buzz.
To infinity and beyond. I think they're cute. They're like short little chubby versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I'd watch that movie. Look, it's me and you this morning when we first woke up, and then it's me and you right now being amazed by everything in this museum.
That's true. Very true. As a huge fan of film, I don't think I was expecting this to be my favorite exhibit so far, but seeing all these original concept art, animation, that desk, looking at all these maquettes that they have set up, from Pixar to Disney Animation to DreamWorks. They even have some stuff from like the original Snow White. It's incredible seeing these maquettes. They have like maquettes from Corpse Bride, from Nightmare Before Christmas. They got Fantastic Mr. Fox. Kitra, I think, is obsessed over here with Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, they've got the original Wallace and Gromit. That's so cool. I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. And it's cool to see it in real life.
So this thing right here, that looks like something that came out of like a medical drawer, is actually what is underneath Gromit. So if you took off all the skin, that is the armature that's right underneath Gromit. I love how they show the evolution of the art form and how it evolves over time. Right here, they have Zoe Saldana's facial capture mocap rig with her fake dreads. And they also show the T-1000 from Terminator 2. But actually, one of the most surprising things is they have a digital armature for the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. I actually didn't even know they used this. So they were at first going to do stop motion animation for the dinosaurs. They decided to abandon that and go digital. Apparently this was used to like input some of the animation into the computer for the T-Rex.
I think we found our favorite room. Has all the like sci-fi and fantasy type stuff. Look at this. There's the freaking suit from The Shape of Water. I never realized, I don't know what I thought. Maybe I thought it was digital, but this is insane. Look at the detail. This is the most epic butt check ever. We've got C-3PO over here and we got E.T. over there.
I think I found Gizmo over here, Kitra.
No.
No?
I thought you actually meant like the puppet or like the animatronic from Gremlins. But no, that's not our dog Gizmo. Get out of here. It does kind of look like him, like a little bit. In Lord of the Rings, they made over 10,000 unique orc masks and prosthetics for the film. Not one was the same. But one of them is on display here.
So you're saying this isn't that special?
I mean, it's 1 out of 10,000. That's pretty special, but that's just insane to me that Peter Jackson didn't want any of them to look the same, so they're all slightly different.
Yeah, it takes a lot of
A
craftsmanship.
lot of work.
Not only do they have Danny DeVito's penguin prosthetics from Batman Returns, but they have a 1/8 scale miniature of his birthplace. It's huge. Like, how has this survived all these years? It's gigantic. One of my favorite of the niche art forms within filmmaking is the art of matte paintings, like old school matte paintings where they would actually paint it and they would have live action stuff happen like in the middle of it. And here we got a bunch of matte paintings from Batman Returns, including the Batcave. We got the city. These are beautiful, beautiful. It's amazing that they're huge and they've lasted all these years.
This is the real deal. They have life-size props from the movies, the stuff that was actually in the movies. They have everything from the real C-3PO and R2-D2, E.T. They even have Edward Scissorhands' costume, which I swear to God, those look like real knives to me.
Yeah, it says some of them are rubber, but I don't know. They have an alien from Aliens. They have 2001: A Space Odyssey. They even have Black Panther, so even Marvel is represented here. Dark Crystal. I don't know. Like, this is my room. This is the place for Peter.
Yeah, I almost want to come in here and just like meditate because it's like dark and nice and like there's like some ambient noises in here. This is just like our zone.
You've grown thousands of miles beyond your planet. This is a voice speaking to you from...
That's cool. While you exit, you're going by like all the credits of the future of cinema. One of the coolest things at the Academy Museum is located between the 3rd and 4th floors, and it's hanging on the ceiling. It's Bruce the Shark from Jaws. Actually, it's not technically from Jaws. The 3 sharks that were made for the Steven Spielberg film were destroyed after production. But after the success of that film, Universal did reproduce another version of the shark from the original molds, and it was on display at Universal Studios. This is the last remaining one from those molds. It was in a Sun Valley junkyard for I think like over 2 decades. It was in such disrepair. They have restored it. It looks fantastic, and you can see it here hanging from the ceiling as you go up the escalator.
This is one of those things that like you have to see in person. We tried taking video of it, but it just does not translate. So I would highly, highly recommend if you come to this museum, take the time, come in here, you know, strobe warning, but come in here and check it out because it is truly incredible. Basically, the entire 4th floor of the Academy Museum is dedicated to legendary anime director Miyazaki, and unfortunately there is no filming, no photos, no nothing. So we're gonna go in and experience it, and then we'll tell you about it when we get out.
Many hours later.
Incredibly beautiful, breathtaking. I wish we could have shown you some of it. It's so many like hand-painted pieces of concept art, animation cells.
There was also what seemed to be like photo spots in there, even though you're not allowed to take photos. It's just a very beautiful space, very simple. Lots of places to sit down and like watch his movies if you're not familiar with them. Breathtaking.
Yeah. In Japan, they have the Studio Ghibli Museum, which you also aren't allowed to take photos or video of. So it's definitely a Miyazaki thing that he doesn't want any reproductions of his work, which is understandable. But right now we're going to take the Barbra Streisand Bridge over to the Dobie Family Terrace, and this takes us into that like sphere that is in the back of the Academy Museum. I've been seeing them building this for years. I've wanted to go in there. There's like a movie theater downstairs. It's probably going to be like some of the best views in LA, so let's go do it.
This is so cool. You could even see the Hollywood sign from up here. And what I didn't realize, this is literally right next door to LACMA, which is the Los Angeles Art Museum. and right next to the La Brea Tar Pits. So like, if you have a day in LA, you could hit up all these spots in one day. Even though we've spent like literally like 7 hours here already. Like you could easily spend the whole day here, but I didn't realize we were so close to everything. Oh, cool. I wish there was like a bar up here or something. That would be like perfect.
I'm sure someday they'll have something. Right now there's just like these socially distanced chairs that are weird and awkward. Like, what is going on there? Our time today at the museum is almost over, but you know what we got to do? We got to exit through the gift shop. The Academy Museum store is now open. Okay, so the first thing I noticed here is this Lego Oscar. You might recognize this because when the Lego Movie 1, Lord and Miller had these Lego Oscars, and they posted photos with them. For the first time ever, you can actually purchase them from the guy that created them, but they're
$500. $500 and you could be a winner yourself.
That's a lot of money.
I know, we were
something
like asking, so I was like, this would be kind of cool to have, but $500, that's kind of a lot. I'm going to put it down before I break this too.
So in the store, if you want some Academy Award merchandise, they got some Academy Award merchandise, and they even have some merch to celebrate the actual Academy Museum. So if you want to support that, you can support that as well.
I love this. They have these little flip books up by the register. Let's look at this one. It says Flip Me. That's so cool. So such like an impulse buy. Why do I want one? Why do I want one? Oh, North by Northwest. Remember when we saw that giant Mount Rushmore?
Yep.
No, that's not. Okay, it's not that part.
Spike Lee has an exhibit upstairs, but they also have his merch in the gift shop. So if you want to sport some of his swag, you can get it here.
Check this out. We found some Academy jewelry, and it's like a bunch of little charms and a charm bracelet. You could hook them onto the bracelet over here. And I love this. I'm not gonna lie though, I was trying to figure out what those ones up top were, and I thought it was the scissors from Edward Scissorhands, but it's a director's chair.
This is so West Hollywood. They have their own Academy Museum candles.
Any good ones though?
Do they have one that smells like the Oscar? And what does the Oscar smell like? That's the question.
I don't know. Well, this one is called Powdered Cheeks.
Yes.
So.
What does it smell like?
Smells like wow, it smells exactly like baby powder.
And like any good museum store, they have a bunch of coffee table books on film that you'd like to have on your coffee table. I mean, I might even have some of these. They also have a bunch of card games for film fanatics. And I actually own a couple of these, and they're actually good. I wanted to point out this book, Cinemaps. It's by artist Andrew DeGraff, and I love his work. What he will do is he'll map out a movie and actually show you like all those colored lines. Each one of those is a character. So like this is Jurassic Park, and this is the map of the island, and it shows you the path that each character takes throughout the course of the movie. Look who I see in front of the Dolby Theater.
Gizmo?
It's Gizmo.
Why is our dog Gizmo hanging out in front of the... Is this what he does when we're not at home?
Apparently.
What is that?
He wants an Oscar. Well, why is he there? Like, what?
I don't know. You gotta ask him.
This is funny. So this planter is themed like the front of the building. So the front of the building has that gold thing.
That's so...
And you can buy the planter. And you can buy it, oh my god, $360 for that big one.
What is this? A museum for ants? What does that mean?
It's anti-hero, not ant-hero.
Oh. I was like, they're onto us. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Kitra hasn't had her coffee.
I know, we're very tired.
I like what these collections, they team up with artists to create these things. And here is, I think, an artist notebook, but I like that it's a map of Hollywood. It's like a stylized map.
Yeah, it has all the iconic icons, everything from, you know, the Chinese theater up here to Target.
We go to the Target.
We do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This is funny. They have black t-shirts that just says 16 by 9 on it, which, as you know, is the aspect ratio.
They even have some designer stuff here, like Moschino. and I'm not sure how you pronounce it because I'm not into designer clothes, but if you really wanted, you could get this.
Oh, it's the shoes that are in there.
Yeah, I really want to know how much this stuff is. Like, how much? Why is there no price on it? That's when you know it's expensive.
There was no price on that $500 Lego Oscar.
Oh my god. It's couture. I shouldn't be touching this probably. $600. Lastly, they have this huge section full of Miyazaki stuff. Everything from art to backpacks to keychains. I feel like you can never really find Miyazaki stuff anywhere, but if you want to get it, this is where you go.
I think I speak for both of us in saying that we recommend the Academy Museum. If you are in Los Angeles, check this out. Also check out the WB tour. And if you haven't seen our video of that and the new improvements to that, put the video right over there. We want to say thank you to some of our Patreons. That includes
Kelly Enos, Mandy and Marion Zemke, Karen and Michael, and Nathan Wharton. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure.